Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. So today we are going to see form in data table with add row option. So let's get started with today's video. So that's the view I have created. You can see add row button and submit form button. So here below you can see it's a data table. As of now it's initialized empty. So let me show you table now. So here you can see contact table and I will be storing name, email and phone created columns. These four I'll be inserting in my database. So now let's see code. So here you can see in contact add component two buttons and table also I'm having. If I'll show you script jQuery data table I have imported, and in on mounted you can see I have initialized my data table, and ordering I have done false as it's a form. Add row functionality. So first we will be adding at the rate click on add row, and that will be add data table row. So now let's create this function in our script. So write function add data table row, and inside that let's get table. We have already stored that in a variable, so let's get this table dot row dot add. So this row dot add you will be getting in data table documentation if also you will go through. So this will be array. So first element I'll be passing that as import. So name will be name only, and after that write class form control and type will be text, and write placeholder name. So similar way let's create three more and change name email, type as email, placeholder email. Then similarly third we have name, let's say phone, text will be tell, and then placeholder write phone. Last will be created add, type will be date, and placeholder let me just remove that. And after that write draw false, that we don't want our data table to be redraw, so that's why false. Now let's check in browser. So now let's click on add row. So here you can see now it's adding created add, also you can see it's taking date format. So three rows now I have added and it's getting displayed. So now let's start with submit form. So here also write at the rate click, write function name, let's say submit data table row, and same let's create in script. So in script write function add data table row, and inside this we will be submitting our form using axios. So first we need to get the input values. So now write var table and let's get the table, and write dollar input, and we will be getting input serialized form here. Let's change the variable where let's say form fields, and now this form fields, let me just show you once console.log form fields. Now let's check in browser, refresh, let me add row and then submit form. So here you can see now name, email, form, everything is coming. So two times is coming as two rows I have added. So now let's send this data to backend API. So write axios.get. I have already installed Axios, so just install if you don't have. Axios.post, it will be a post request. So now first will be URL, your API basically URL. So here my backend is running on localhost 8000, and with API my endpoint will be contact add. Now handle response with .then, and also errors if any .catch. Let's console error and also console response. So now let's send form fields, that will be another argument here. Now let's check backend. So here api.php, okay, this will be post request. Let's check in contact add as well. So here axios is post request only. So here it is post and it's going to contact controller store function. So now let's check in browser, add row and submit. So now let's go to network. So here you can see same key is getting two times. So in backend we will not be able to differentiate, and it will give just last entry. So we need to differentiate our like every entry. So here in add data table row, I'll be like getting the count of total number of rows, and that count I'll be like appending in name. So it will be kind of array I'll be creating. So let's get data count, and let me just console this data count. So this will give me how many rows I have added in data table. So let's check in browser, refresh, add row. So here you can see now count below is there. So I've removed console, and now in name let's add contact form, and I'll be passing as index. So this index will be data count and name will be like key. So now let's do the same for others. So that will be name, email, phone, and created at as key. So for one single like key, let's say 0, we will be having 4 different keys. So now let's check in browser submit form. So now you can see for 0 key we have 4, then 1 like key we have. So now it's like created as array. So we will be sending this array to backend. Now let's see store function. So in store function, first I'm getting all payload data, and on that validator is applied to check that name, email, phone, and created at should be required. They should not be empty. And after that, for each is started. So for each is going to insert in our DB, that is with insert function, and at last response is set. So now let's check in browser, clear the logs and network logs as well. Now let's add row. And now let's submit form. So here you can see now errors are there. You can see now 8 errors are there because we have added, like we have 8 fields. So now let's fill first entry to check how this validator behave. So now let's again submit form. So now you can see we have 4 errors, only one index is giving error. So now let's fill second row as well, and now let's say submit. So now there is also error. Okay, it says cannot be null. We need to set like default value is not set to null. So let's go to table structure, and there you can like update subject. Let's say null as of now because we are not taking that. So now let's try again submitting. So now no error, it says inserted. Now let's check in DB. So you can see 2 entries are created. So that's how you can create a form with add row option in data table. So I hope you like this video. That's all in this video. If you have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.